Welcome to Malmö, Sweden. My name is Tina. I'm one of the account managers here at K2. I'm here to present a fireside talk today. So what we really want to show is the people and the personalities behind the brand, and also to show that our tagline, because it's personal, is more than a tagline. It is really personal, both on a company level as well as the culture that we all adapt when we work here, and also the personality and the personal touch with our clients. So I'm here today to talk to my colleague, Eva. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And you've been here now for how long?
It's been almost 7 months.
Yeah, time's gone really fast, hasn't it?
It does, yes, but still a lot to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel like you've been part of the team for a long time.
Yes, so do I, and it's probably because I've been in the industry for such a long time, so things are not new to me, but K2 is new, and I really enjoy the opportunity to.
So, yes, you're one of the account managers at K2, along with me, obviously, you're a colleague, but can you tell me a bit about your role?
Yeah, I look after mainly our Swedish clients to have the local touch for that, and that means looking after them so they are happy with our services, and also to issue or address any issues that comes up, because it is our day-to-day work brings up a lot of challenges always.
It definitely does.
You uproot someone from their home and put them in a new location, and of course that means some struggles always for people.
Yeah.
So we need to address any issues that come up and work with our clients to solve that, and definitely work very closely with our teams, as we have offices in so many different countries. We often have K2 staff there to work with, and we also work with our partners to make sure that the best service is provided for clients.
And how do you find that then? Because obviously we do work with the global teams, and we have the time differences. And how do you connect with them if you have any challenges?
You have to be a bit creative and find out what works best. And what is important is to understand like the core of a problem to be able to address it correctly, I think. And once you know that, involve the right people. And if it's in the middle of the night, I guess I have to take that call.
Yeah, that does happen.
It doesn't happen very often, but
it doesn't. But I think one of the key differences for me is really the fact that us as account managers have the opportunity to work really closely. Like our key focus is to work with the client, and we have the team supporting with the operational day to day. And to me, in this role, that's really made a huge difference, because I can feel that I can jump on the phone or go and visit the client if we have any issues, instead of having to potentially do the operational side as well as the client side. So I think that does make a huge difference in the way we can support with the services on a daily basis. And to me, that was a big differentiator coming from another big really company into K2.
What I like a lot at K2 is the atmosphere here, and like the environment with all colleagues jumping on an issue that comes up and doing their very best to help.
Yeah.
It feels like we have so many resources to help out whenever there is an issue, and most of the time it's going well, of course, and but then it's a pleasure to work with all these very capable colleagues.
Looking back, you've obviously been on the client side as well, before you joined K2.
Yeah.
And I expect that that's obviously bringing a lot of experience and understanding from your side, from a client perspective. And
it
would be interesting to understand how you apply that in your role at K2 as well, and how it helps you in your day-to-day.
Yeah, that's a good question. It actually helps me a lot, because seeing the perspective of working on like the other side of the curtain. So I've been on the comp and ben teams of large Swedish companies. And to give you one example, I think often when we work with clients, we think, oh, they initiate us so late, and we think they could do much better in doing that. But having been on that other side, I know that it's often the business that delays. So we think, oh, it shouldn't be that difficult to initiate, but we think, but then there are so many, how can I say that? There are so many signatures needed, so many approvals. So it might actually take a long time. And there is no really, I find that people in the business, they have other criteria or other, they think, how difficult can it be on our side to solve housing and to solve work permits in a week? They don't really have that understanding because they don't know. And so I think that helps me a lot, understanding why things sometimes become difficult.
I think that's actually really valuable from a team perspective as well. You bringing in that experience, but also talking about it. Like also from, a lot of time I do hear the consultants saying, it's like, why didn't they initiate us in time? And there is a delay. And also understanding the frustration maybe from the signee, because if they've been waiting for a long time before things kick off, they have really high expectations by the time we take over.
And they don't know why it's taking so long. And of course they will not blame it on their new manager. So they rather think it's someone else delaying. And so it is a challenge to like navigate and try to find the best path forward. And
that's true. But I also think even like at K2, because we have long-established relationships and clients, it means that they have really good understanding of how we operate and the timelines. We've been able to really build up mutual understanding. So when they speak to their internal employees before we actually support them, they've already had that conversation. So although we do have the, sometimes the challenges with being initiated really late, I can see that we do set the standard quite quickly.
We do. And once you know what is holding something up, then it's easier to explain as well, and to talk about it and come to understanding and manage expectations, which is
based on your experience being here in Sweden. What do you feel like that we can provide to our clients being local in terms of providing them guidance and understanding on local nuances?
I think with us being here in Sweden, being Swedish, we know the Swedish culture very well, of course, which is important. And there are such difference between countries. And Sweden is particular in a way. We haven't been at war for 200 years. There is a strong belief in equality that affects, it affects everything in our daily life, I would say. And from a relocation perspective, it definitely affects housing, because it's a very difficult housing market in Sweden, and it could be difficult for foreigners to understand why. And the reason is that we have laws preventing people from making money on subletting houses. So we have laws only permitting people to sublease apartments for a year, for example. And if you rent a house that you own, you need to pay quite a lot of taxes on the rent. So it's nothing that anyone would do, because you have to make a huge investment and still you can't make money on it.
Yeah, definitely.
So for housing, that makes it difficult, and we have a very good understanding of that.
So looking further afield, outside of Sweden, what makes K2 different on a global level?
That's also a very good question. I would say I'm impressed by the plastic reductions that we're working with. And it is an industry that could potentially use a lot of plastic, but we're really, really working hard on reducing that. And it's not just something that we say, it's also, I think we walk the talk there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that makes a big difference. It's like what we believe in, we do make a difference quite quickly as well. And the reducing plastic's been something I know that Nick discussed when I joined K2 5 years ago. And to really see our drive to push that forward so quickly, it is amazing.
We even weigh our garbage in the Malmö office, which is, it's not a nice task to do when it's your turn, but I think it's good to be aware of all these little all these little things can make a
Huge
big difference,
doesn't
yeah.
it? Yeah, being mindful. And I mean, in Sweden as well, we are really aware of obviously recycling and taking care of the planet.
Yeah. And one thing that I'm really proud of as a K2 employee is that we have our own foundation supporting children in the world. That is really amazing too.
It is, yeah. Yeah, and also obviously Nepal, being able to go there and support people locally, to bring the team over there.
Yeah,
that
they supported
fantastic.
people and they raised money for the foundation, and we are encouraged in every way to support how we can. And
would you have done it though, gone to Nepal if you had opportunity?
Yeah, part of me would definitely, but I understood it was also a huge challenge.
It was.
But it must be like the experience of a lifetime.
Definitely.
So if I was asked, I wouldn't say no. I would say yes. And yeah.
So thank you very much for joining me here today.
Thank you,
Tina. Talking to you.
It's been a pleasure, really.
And thanks to everyone watching today. And I hope it's given you a bit more insight to our tagline, because it's personal and what it means to us. And we hope to see you again.